Let's see. Hi, guys.
Hello.
You hear that? That's rain. We got a big system setting over top of us.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have some tornadoes come through.
Oh, well.
Yeah, them whirlywinds come to visit us. Got a big water puddle sitting in the backyard. It's really looks like about 4 inches of water in that bucket out there. Coming in pretty good. It's gonna rain till it quits.
2 inches right now.
Yeah, 2 inches. Got 2 water buckets giving 4 inches. Stack them up. Got that one in
Will you quit being a dork? Good grief.
Oh boy. Anyway.
Dingleberry.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to stay here. We're quit looking for a home. This one, the one that was buying it, looked it over again.
And they said no.
They said, no, I think
And I'm
we'll
like,
move on.
Oh, you don't know what I'm like. And
So-
you don't know what my daughter's like. It's
So-
not nice.
Anyway, so we're going to stay put. And we're going to do some remodeling in this home. It's big enough for us. And we're going to make it work. It's what God's got for us. So we're going to enjoy it. Time to put the garden in. Just in time to put a garden in. I can get it started, get this rain out. Go out and put some peas in the ground. Get some strawberries started. Yeah. Get us some asparagus bed. Put some taters in. Get some onions growing. Bell peppers.
You ain't got enough room for all that stuff.
Maybe I can grow some in the neighbor's yard. That's a double stacking. But anyway, I'm excited about what we're going to put in the ground this year. And the ground's got to warm up a little bit more. It's not quite warm enough. So,
Well, no, not when it's 20 degrees outside.
yeah, it's been cool. So the ground's got to get up in the 50s before we can do anything. Get a good temperature in it. 58 or 63, somewhere in there. But we'll see what comes of it.
Now you're going to be quiet.
I'm excited. We got a little one today. Here, tell them how long it is. Which verse is this?
Oh my gosh. Colossians 3, 20 and 21.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
You ready? It's your turn, old bud. Let me whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
I will smack you on the jaw.
Okay, let's go. All right. See how this one goes through. Get me started. This one, I don't remember what this one was. I read it, and now I don't remember. I read so much today.
It's about children.
Listen to some videos. All right.
Okay. Hello, dear brothers and sisters, blessed, chosen, cherished, valued, and deeply loved by the happy God. From God's Celestial Purpose by John Essex, we see that after having dealt with the relationship between husbands and wives, now he just dealt about wives, not husbands, Paul now turns to that between parents and children, addressing the children first. He exhorts obedience. For this is right and proper. Even Christ was not too proud to be obedient. I'm not too proud to be obedient, but I'm not going to lay down and let you walk on me.
No, I didn't ask you to.
Oh, I bet it's a good thing. For it
Then
is
I have
right.
to help you up. Let me help you up off of
For
that.
it is right and proper. Even Christ was not too proud to be obedient, indeed,
See?
as a son.
Yeah.
I didn't say I wouldn't be obedient. I said I'm just not going to lay down and have somebody walk all over me and call me a Jezebel again.
No.
Even Christ was, because I can be a Jezebel, I bet.
I never met a Jezebel.
Well, I never have either, but I'm sure I probably can.
That's what I can remember.
Addressing the children first, he exhorts obedience, for this is right and proper. Even Christ was not too proud to be obedient. Indeed, as a son, he learned obedience from which he suffered. Hebrews 5:8. and becoming in fact obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Philippians 2:8. Without this obedience, there can be no way out of the impasse into which mankind has been drawn through sin. For it is though the obedience of the one that the many shall be constituted just. Romans 5:19. The wherefore of Philippians 2:9 clearly shows that the glories which follow were the results of Christ humbling himself and becoming obedient unto death. The obedience of children to their parents is in accord with the fifth commandment which God gave to Moses, which is the apostle quotes, see Exodus 20:12. It is the first precept with a promise. The previous four all contain negatives. You shall not. Even the fourth, which opened positively, you are to remember the Sabbath day to hallow it, swiftly turned into a negative injunction. You shall not do any work. All the remaining commandments are completely negative. The fifth is the only one that is entirely positive. The relationship between parents and children illustrates the ideal for which the whole purpose of God was conceived, and to which it is being directed, namely that he should be recognized, honored, and glorified as Father by all his creation. When Christ eventually hands over a reconciled kingdom, it will be to his God and Father. 1 Corinthians 15:24.
Yeah. Continuing on in our verse today, we find Paul addressing the fathers, and he exhorts them not to vex their children, not to vex them. John Essex books, God's Celestial Purpose. That's a neat book. Points out that fathers have a responsibility too, and this, of course, applies to mothers as well. They have the power to vex and annoy their children, to treat them roughly or lose patience with them. This would not be exhibiting the fruits of the Spirit, we find in Galatians 5:22. Their constant aim should be to nurture them, having their well-being at heart, teaching and directing them in accord with their own walk in the Lord, and encouraging them to have their own relationship with God, helping them to discover who God is.
It only works if they do.
Yep, that's why we start with young kids. How blessed children are who are brought up in families where God is revered and Christ is welcome. One of the indications of the last days is that children will be stubborn to parents. We see in 2 Timothy 3:2. One main point in these verses is pointing to the love of our Father. Paul gives us physical examples of the love of our Father towards us as his children, as well as examples of our love for one another and of our love for God. We are God's family. We are exhorted not to be vexing one another.
You vex me, and it don't bother you any.
It don't bother me a bit. I kind of look for a reaction. I do.
You're just a snot-nosed
I
brat.
I do things just to get a reaction. I can't help it. It's just something. I do. Yeah, we got to fess up. Yep. But the parents are the front line for the children, and as we grow, this is speaking of the body of Christ. As we grow in knowledge, we share it with our children, and God gives them the belief. God gives them the belief. Gives all of us the faith. But our job is to.
But if they're not willing, they're not willing.
Well, that's it. God gives the belief. That's all we can say. God gives them the belief. So we share it with all, especially the family of faith, it says in the right-hand side. Consequently, as we have an occasion, right, we work for the good of all, especially for the family of faith. Anyway, the Debar has this for Colossians 3:20-21. You children, be below hearing to the parents, according to all, for this is well-pleasing in the Lord. You fathers, do not decide in wrath your children, lest they may become unfeeling. But we use the Concordant Literal for these studies and read out of it. So let's search
I can understand it.
these references out of Paul's letters and see how they come together. I'll leave these down under the video so you can find them down there. Colossians 3:20-21. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing in the Lord. Fathers, do not vex your children, lest they may be disheartened. Children, be obeying your parents in the Lord, for this is just. Honor your mother, your father and your mother, which is the first precept with a promise, that it may be becoming well with you. You should be a long time on the earth. And fathers, do not be vexing your children, but be nurturing them in the discipline and admonishing of the Lord.
For neither did we at any time become flattering in expression, according as you are aware, neither with a pretense for greed. God is witness, neither seeking glory from man, neither from you, nor from others, when we could be a burden as Christ's apostles. But we became gentle in your midst, as a nurse should be cherishing her own children, thus being ardently attached to you. We are delighted to share with you not only the evangel of God, but our own souls also, because you came to be beloved by us. For you remember, brethren, our toil and labor, working day and night so as not to be burdensome to any of you. We herald to you the evangel of God. You are witnesses. And God, how benignity and justly and blamelessly we became benignly and justly and blamelessly we became to you who are believing, even as you are aware how we were to each one of you as a father to his own children, consoling and comforting you and attesting unto you to be walking worthily of God, who calls you into his own kingdom and glory. Therefore, we also, from the day on which we hear, do not cease praying for you and requesting that you may be filled full with the realization of his will, in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, you to walk worthily of the Lord, for all pleasing, bearing fruit in every good work, and growing in the realization of God, being endued with all power in accord with the might of his glory, for all endurance and patience with joy. Now to this, that is the last days, perilous periods will be present, for men will be selfish, fond of money, ostentatious, proud, calumniators, stubborn to parents, ungrateful, malign, without natural affection, implacable, adversaries, uncontrollable, fierce, adverse to the good, traitors, rash, conceited, fond of their own gratification rather than fond of God.
Do not then become joint partakers with them. For you were once darkness, yet now you are light in the Lord. As children of light be walking, for the fruit of light is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, testing what is well pleasing to the Lord. And do not become joint partakers with them in the unfruitful acts, yet rather be exposing them also. For it is a shame even to speak of the hidden things occurring, done by them. Now all that which is being exposed by the light is being manifest. Is manifest, for everything which is making manifest is light. Wherefore he is saying, Rouse, O drowsy one, and rise from among the dead, and Christ shall dawn upon you. For the rest, brethren, whatever is true, whatever is grave, whatever is just, whatever is pure, and whatever is agreeable, whatever is renowned, if there is any virtue and any applause, be taking these into account. What you learned also and accepted and hear and perceived in me, these be put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. We love you all. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yep.
There it is. That's a nice one. That was a short one, Marcia.
Yeah.
If y'all want those, let
Something
me know.
different.
We'll put them on the, add you to the email list. And we'll give them to you. We'll be glad to send them to you on email. So,
I'm not delivering them to their houses. They're too far apart.
no, we can put a stamp on it. I'd send them out. I don't mind that. But anyway,
Take them till next year.
we appreciate y'all hanging out. Really do. It's gonna rain till it quits. We don't have to worry about the creek rising here. If we got out in the country where we was looking, there's a creek out that way somewhere. We have to cross it.
No, we wouldn't.
No, not that one.
No.
There's a robin over taking a bath
Yeah, good.
over across the road or in the other fence.
That's good.
Anyway, we love you guys. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yep.
And
Sarah and Sam, I watched you. Yeah.
oh, we watched a lot of you on Catherine's live stream about the snatching away, and we met some neat people through there. It's neat, to see you all and know that y'all are part of us. We're all one in this family of faith.
Mm-hmm. Not that funny guy. Yep. I think you may be kind of a goofball.
Which one? So you think you're funny?
So you think you're funny.
No, we're all kind of goofy. Yep. Look at me. Look at.
Only you.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get this thing up and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Okay.
Lord willing. See you then.